Hi guys, my name is Trinity, and if you are here, you must be here to talk about books because that's why I'm here, to talk about some books. And in today's video, we will be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. Now, this tag is something that a lot of YouTubers have been doing, and I wanted to jump on the bandwagon because I liked the questions. You guys saw my video of the good, the bad, and the ugly, but this goes a little bit more in depth, and so I wanted to be able to share some of my opinions with you on the year thus far. The first question is the best book that you've read so far this year, and I don't think any of you guys are going to be surprised when I say Project Hail Mary. I loved this book so much. I loved the bromance that happens in this novel. I thought it was precious. I really liked Ryland Grace. I thought he was a great character, really well developed for what he is. He's a science teacher, and I think that Andy Weir did a great job of giving us that type of character through the entire book. And I loved it so much. I loved it more than The Martian. I thought that the fact that Andy Weir contained the rambling scientific things that happened in The Martian, condensed it in this book, made it not so, here's an info dump of scientific knowledge in Project Hail Mary. I thought it was just great. Absolutely fantastic. The second question is the best sequel you've read so far this year, and I could not narrow it down to one because I read the final book in the Nevernight trilogy, Dark Dawn, and it was fabulous. I absolutely love Mia as a character. She is so great. She is a dark one, very, very dark child. But she is one of my favorite characters of all time, and finishing that trilogy was so satisfying. However, I also finished Lightbringer this year, and The Burning White was also absolutely fantastic. Especially after reading The Blood Mirror, which you guys know I've gone on a couple of rants, I didn't like The Blood Mirror, so to finish out the series on such a high note with The Burning White just brought all of my Lightbringer love back to the forefront. And yeah, these are the endings of two great series. So how do I choose between the two? I mean, I don't know. Lightbringer is my second favorite series of all time. However, did I like The Burning White more than Dark Dawn? I don't know. I really don't. They were both so good. Okay, the third question is a new release you haven't read yet, but you want to. That one's so easy. Witches Steeped in Gold by Shannon Smart. I've been dying to get to this one, but as you guys know, I have decided that I'm going to hold off on my Owlcrate books until next month, where I do a full reading vlog where I read the Owlcrate books that I have received so far. It kind of kills me that I haven't read this one yet because it's one of my most anticipated reads of the year. It's young adult. It's about two witches who don't like each other, but are going to team up anyway to take down the big bad. And so I'm very, very excited to read this one. I'm also in the middle of a readathon, so if I could have fit this into that, I probably would have, but it is what it is. Question number 4 is, what is your most anticipated release of the second half of the year? And that's an easy answer. That would be The Pariah by Anthony Ryan. As you guys can see, he's my favorite author. And I am so thrilled to have a new adventure from Anthony Ryan. I love, love, love the Draconis Memoria. My favorite series of all time. Bloodsong is my favorite book of all time. And so I'm very excited to have another offering from my favorite author, Mr. Anthony Ryan. Number 5, what has been your biggest disappointment so far? You guys probably already know it's The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. I don't want to get into it too much because I've actually talked about it in a couple of recent videos, but I'm not a character-driven reader. John Gwynne went really character heavy in this book, so it made it really, really slow for me. And with nothing really driving the plot forward, I got bored. And the term that shall not be mentioned because it drives me insane just thinking about it. It was overdone, overused, and it just drove me insane. So I have to say The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, even though I did like the book. I liked it. It was not great, but I liked it. It was just, I was expecting it to blow me away because The Faithful and the Fallen has. So that's probably my biggest disappointment, or probably will remain my biggest disappointment of the year. Number 6, what was your biggest surprise? I just put this book up. I don't know why I put this book up, when I was still doing videos, but The Vagrant by Peter Newman. So I don't know what I was expecting. I don't know that I had any expectations with this book going into it, and that's probably why I enjoyed it so much. But The Vagrant was a 5-star read, was not anticipating a 5-star read, but I was enthralled with this story. I was enthralled with these characters. I enjoyed the journey that we took in this book, and I am very, very excited to get my hands on the rest of the trilogy, and you guys will probably be seeing more of this trilogy coming up because I'll probably read it before the end of the year just because I love The Vagrant so, so much. Number 7 is a favorite new author. This is also an easy answer, and that would be Brian Lee Durfee. I read the first book of the 5 Warrior Angels trilogy, or 5 Warrior Angels series. I don't know how many books there are actually going to be. The Forgetting Moon. It was so good. I like Brian Lee Durfee's writing just as much as I like Brent Weeks. They are comparable, but I do think that there are enough differences for me to separate the two and really, really enjoy both of them for what they are. I would also put Scott Lynch in that category as well, of these writers that I will probably always gravitate towards. But Brian Lee Durfee, I loved The Forgetting Moon, guys. Loved it, loved it. You might not see it on any 5-star rating videos that I do because I rated it a 4-star. But again, you guys can go and watch my video of the weekly wrap-up where I talk about that book and talk about why I gave it 4 as opposed to 5 stars, even though I really loved it. Number 8, newest fictional crush. I don't really have an answer for this one. I'm going to put a filler answer in here because with the books I read, I don't know how to answer this question properly. I don't know that I have a crush on this person, but I really, really enjoy them as a character. And I really think that if I was to be in this setting, I probably would have a crush on this person. But that would be Darrow from Red Rising. He is just... I love him. The poor guy tries so hard and tries to be loved and be a lovable person, but has a tendency to fail. And I don't know, I just think that there's something so broken about him. Not that I want to fix him. I'm not about fixing people, but, you know, just help him. Help him see that there's qualities enough in him to be loved. The next question is newest favorite character. Yes, there is a newest favorite character, and it comes from Project Hail Mary, and that would be Rocky. Not going to get into who Rocky is because I don't want to give any spoilers, but let me just say I would die for Rocky. I love Rocky so much. Definitely a new favorite character. The next question is a book that made you cry. I'm gonna stop saying Project Hail Mary, but Project Hail Mary. Ruin. Ruin by John Gwynne made me cry. And I'm still a little mad. I think every time I see the title, Ruin, I get mad again. It made me cry. Ruin lives up to its title. That's been said a million times, but it does. And I still have to read Wrath this year. I still have to read Wrath this month. The next question, would it be a book that made you happy? Gosh, I don't want to say Project Hail Mary for all of these because that would be dumb, right? Like, just don't insert Project Hail Mary for every question. Oh, okay. I read A Kiss of Deception this year, and I loved that. Yes, it made me happy, but it was the way it was written that made me happy, where we keep trying to figure out who is who in this book. Do we know who the prince is? Do we know who the assassin is? It was so fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, yes. Definitely a book that made me happy. So the next question is the most beautiful book that I have purchased this year. And as you guys know, I am a sucker for a pretty cover. Like, I buy books based on their covers all the time. Man, so one of my friends from Discord showed off this beautiful copy of Addie LaRue. And I'm like, I'm tempted to buy it. I know I'll never read it, but I'm tempted to buy it because it's so pretty. But, you know, all of that to say, I have a tendency to buy pretty books. So I'm just going to show you guys a couple of pretty books that I've picked up, which is steeped in gold. An Enchantment of Ravens. A Curse So Dark and Lonely. Black Leopard, Red Wolf. European Travel for the Monstrous Gentlewoman. This is my current read. And of course, I picked up the beautiful illustrated copy of Dune. Okay, and the last and final question is, what are some books that you need to finish by the end of the year? You guys have seen my series videos that I have been doing, but I still need to read the final book in the Split Worlds series by Emma Newman. I still need to finish the Greta Van Helsing series. I have 2 more books. I do own them now, and it's a trilogy, and that would finish out the series there. I need to read Wrath, but I'll be reading that this month. I really want to finish the First Law trilogy. I'm still waiting for the next book in the Witchland series, so that will also be coming up. And I still need to start the Poppy War. So there's quite a few that I still have on my list of books that I need to finish before the end of the year. And I will also be doing a mid-year update closer to the end of this month of series that I'm working on. So be looking out for that. But that's the video for today. Like, subscribe, do all the fun things, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!